All right, guys, so it is that time once again where we need to talk about cases. And if you're not as familiar with me, my investing style, or some of my thoughts and opinions, cases are, to me, the best investment in all of the CS2 investing world. And over the past couple of weeks, they've been kind of the talk of the CS2 investing world because the prices have been going absolutely insane, mostly insanely up, but there have been some dips here and there. But hey, the gains are really, really crazy. And there's been so much about the CS2 case investing market that we've learned over the past couple of weeks, and some takeaways and stuff like that I have had that I want to share with you guys today and hopefully help you learn about how to maybe make even more money off cases going forward in the future, or just even improve your CS2 case investing from here. But of course, first, just want to mention real quick my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 skins, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. Email, Discord, Steam, also find ways to get a hold of me. I'm also maybe in the process of putting together some kind of website or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. But of course, as always, you guys know I love to get the big deals done. So if you have any knives, gloves, bolt cases, maybe you're looking to sell your entire inventory or expensive skins, whatever, I would love to help you cash out safely, effectively, and efficiently. Lately, the market's been going so crazy. Prices have been going so high. Everything I had has sold. A lot of my inventory has moved. So I need to reload. We need to get some deals done. And of course, if you sell to me, you're helping support me, my channel, my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this video today. So this right here is the glove case, and if you guys don't know, I've talked about in this videos before. I think 2, maybe going on 3 months ago at this point, I bought like $1,000 worth of glove cases, and some people thought I was stupid, and I myself maybe even thought I was a little bit stupid because glove cases had pumped insanely over the past couple of years, and I was buying at like all-time highs. I was buying at maybe prices that were a little bit questionable, but guess what? In that, in the the last couple months, look at this graph for the glove case. Things have gone absolutely insane. Today's May 7th, so if we go back to even March 7th, sometime around there, you can see in the past 2 months I bought sometime around here. We're up 143% in the past 2 months. Obviously, my $1,000 that I put into glove cases has turned into a lot more, but even lately, just in the past 1 month, the glove case up 132%. If we look at the past week alone, 23% for the glove case. Now, again, this is for a bunch of different reasons. One, obviously, the glove case is relatively rare. It's old. It's only getting rarer, only getting lower supply. But also gloves and the gloves inside them, the OG gloves, they've had insane demand. They've had insane price increases. We've seen a lot of skins going up in price in the CS2 market, and that obviously makes the glove case more desirable. And gloves are just so rare in general because at the time when the glove case and gloves came out, they weren't as interesting or exciting to people. They weren't as integral part of like a setup and a loadout as they are today. People didn't appreciate gloves as much as they do now. They didn't used to appreciate them as much. So the hype and everything around gloves and glove cases and everything like that wasn't necessarily there. But now gloves have become, like I said, an iconic part of your setup. You have to have an agent, you have to have gloves, you have to have a knife, you have to have a gun that all matches, you have to look clean, all that stuff. So glove cases have definitely felt a nice little boom there. But also part of my thesis of investing in the glove case was that there hasn't been any new gloves introduced in CS2, and there hasn't been any leaks or talks about potentially new gloves coming to CS2 as well. Obviously, I do think at some point throughout the history of CS2, we're going to get new gloves. But in the meantime, since we don't have any new gloves, and gloves are kind of getting ever more popular, and especially the OG gloves are only getting rarer, more popular, more expensive, all that, I thought the glove case, even at an expensive price point. Again, the glove case is $24 now. When I bought it around 2 months ago, the Steam prices were somewhere around, let me zoom out a little bit. Steam prices were, I bought it on CS Float, so I didn't pay Steam prices, but Steam prices were around $10, which is obviously a little bit more of an expensive case, but even at that expensive price, yes, being expensive is a downside and a negative for me, but still, I thought the glove case could pan out, and obviously, this is one investment that has paid off big time for me. I've been able to make, $1,000 plus in the past couple of months, which has been insane, but also at the same time, obviously, I have no gains. I haven't made any money until I sell, and I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. I buy cases to hold them because I think cases are amazing investments. But the glove case has definitely been going absolutely insane. I know this says about $25 on Steam, but I know within the past couple of days, it's even touched as high as $30 on the Steam marketplace, which is just really, really, really crazy. If we look at the unboxing numbers for the glove case, it's right here. In the past month, we have had about 130,000 of these open. And again, that's even at that $25 price point, which is a good sign, obviously, because if even as the case and cases in general are getting more expensive, we're still seeing very, very strong unboxing numbers. that's a great sign. And if we see increasing unboxing numbers, even as prices increasing, that's an even better thing because, again, it's getting harder and, more difficult to open them and more expensive to open them and buy them and all that stuff. So that's a very, very crazy sign. But again, the glove case is not the only case going insane right now, but it's just one of the cases I did want to talk about. Another case that I think there's a lot that we can learn from and a lot to take away from is the clutch case. Again, clutch case in the past month up 45%. This is one that I have not heavily invested into, but it's one that I am regretting. And it's one that going forward, I want to look for opportunities like the clutch case, because if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that over the past, I don't even know, year or so, the clutch case has been so insanely cheap. It's like 1 year low is about 40 cents, but it's been around that 40, 45, 50 cent price point for so long. And recently it has exploded, going up to 80 cents, and then most recently crossing $1 before dipping back down. And it's possible the clutch case could go back down in price. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to stay up at $1 forever, but what I am saying is I know a lot of people have kind of shit on the clutch case before and been like, oh, it's this trash case. It's got skins and golds that nobody cares about. Why would the clutch case be a good investment? Blah, 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 blah. But again, at the end of the day, why cases and rare cases specifically are such an amazing investment is the fundamentals are insane. You have something that is in the rare drop pool. So few of them are dropping. And again, even for something like the clutch case, you might think it's a terrible case or whatever. There has been 568,000 of these unboxed in the past month, and I promise you there's a lot less than 568,000 of them that have been dropped in the past month. So the supply is dropping, and it's usually for rare cases dropping very, very, very quickly, and obviously the fundamentals and the math adds up to price increases happening, and over time the price of cases generally going up. You can look at the graph of most rare cases and you can see the price generally goes up, and also you can see that if you look in CS2, look at all the cases, look at all the rare cases, there is not very many rare cases that you are going to be able to find for under $1. So I think just in general, even though people get wary about, oh, this case, has the same golds as an active duty case, or, oh, the golds in this case suck, or the skins in this case suck, or nobody wants this case, has bad unboxing numbers or bad fundamental, blah, blah, blah. Rare cases are rare cases, and rare cases under $1 are generally, rule of thumb, going to be a pretty amazing investment. Again, the clutch case back here at 40 cents, people were shitting on it, and now it has more than doubled in less than a year. Again, it could crash back down, whatever, but it is just going to be a lot of my philosophy going forward that when rare cases are under $1, especially under 50 cents, that I am going to be strongly considering making heavy investments, because obviously I'm kicking myself a little bit for letting the clutch case sit at 40 cents for so long. And yeah, there was maybe better opportunities in the market, and yeah, I've made some money on some other stuff, but I do really think that I should have been absolutely loading up on clutch cases under 50 cents, because like I said, it is my belief that rare cases in general will not stay under $1. The math just doesn't make sense for over time these things to be cheaper than $1 unless the system drastically changes. But the system we have right now, where rare cases hardly drop and get opened in the hundreds of thousands every single month, it just doesn't make sense. So yes, the clutch case is not the best case in the world, but guess what? That has not mattered. In the past year, this thing has doubled in price, and if you've been one of the people on the sidelines talking crap about how trash the clutch case is or whatever, you've missed out on some really, really crazy gains. And obviously what that points me toward a little bit is the fact that I want to start loading up more and more on the Snakebite case. Now, hey, Snakebite case has also been going absolutely insane. This thing is up 50% in the past month. It's all the way up to 51 cents. But again, in the past year, this thing has been as cheap as 18 or 19 cents. And I was telling people back then when it was 18 or 19 cents, whatever, that you need to be buying this thing. I don't know how many Snakebite cases I have. I might have like 2,000 or 1,500, somewhere between 1,500 and 3,000 Snakebite cases I have, but that's really not that many, because back when I was buying them, they were like 20, 25 cents, whatever. So I don't really have that much money, even though I have a lot of the cases. I don't have that much money invested in Snakebite cases, but I definitely think I should be loading up on more of these under 50 cents, which obviously you can get these things for under 50 cents on third-party marketplace. Now you might say, hey, these things have pumped up 100% in the past year. Why would you be buying Snakebite cases right now? And that's fine. I don't care. I do think that 5 years from now, 3 years from now, whatever, Snakebite cases are going to be worth more than 50 cents. And guess what? Even if you do think that these are peaks right now, if you think, the top is in the market and you think things are too high and prices are overextended, whatever, I don't really care, because I constantly invest. I invest, at least monthly, but sometimes even more often than monthly. Sometimes every time I get a paycheck, I'm investing in CS stuff. So if the price does dip next week, next month, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, whatever, I will just buy the dip. I don't really care if I'm buying at, a short-term high, because I'm going to buy much more later on down the road. So I might not be getting the best price now, but maybe I'll get a better price later, whatever. I'm just trying to accumulate for the time when the Snakebite case does go to $1 or $1.50 or $2, whatever, that I'll have as many of them as I possibly can. I'll be making as much money as I possibly can. So the clutch case has been insane, and that does make the Snakebite case look a lot more attractive to me. But guess what? Snakebite case has been going pretty crazy as well. We have the Prisma case. This is a case with very, very strong unboxing numbers, up 17% in the past month. You can see here the Prisma case, 561,000 of those bad boys unboxed in the past month. I don't know if it is the most. It's one of the most unboxed rare cases. I believe right now Snakebite case is the most unboxed rare. Prisma 2 is number 2, and then it's between like Clutch, Danger Zone, and Prisma 1 for the next. But yeah, Prisma case doing very, very good. But what is interesting to me is a Prisma 2 case, despite having the second most unboxings of any rare case in the past month, it's actually down 4%. So I know a lot of people are asking me like, hey, what are the best rare cases to buy right now? I think Snakebite is really attractive. I don't know that necessarily Clutch is that attractive to me anymore since its price is around $1. But if Clutch dips down to around 60, 50, 40 cents again, I would be buying Clutch. But right now, Prisma 2, since it's down in the past month, even though we have 37 million cases unboxed in the past month and case prices have been going crazy, Prisma 2 looks good to me. Snakebite looks really good to me at 50, 45, 40 cents, anywhere in there. But there are some other cases as well. Danger Zone is up about 10% in the past month. This is another case with really, really strong unboxing numbers. It's been doing quite well. Revolver case, a little bit more expensive case, but again, one that is always going to have some genuine demand. People are always going to want to unbox this thing, up about 11% in the past month. Spectrum 2 case up 31% in the past month, going absolutely insane. I think I have 1,000 of these, so that is very, very exciting. I love to see this. I bought those like a month or two ago. I've been buying a ton of cases, and guess what? I want to buy a heck of a lot more. Gamma 2 case, this thing's up 43% in the past month, absolutely insane. Chroma 2 case up 31% in the past month. Operation Breakout case, I bought $1,000 worth of these 2 or 3 months ago, right about the same time that I bought those glove cases. These have not done as good as the glove cases, but hey, Operation Breakout case, it's got only butterflies as the gold. That's absolutely insane. That's always going to have demand. People are always going to want to unbox this thing, up 38% in the past month. Snakebite cases, like I said, doing very, very good. And then again, those new Armory cases, Fever case is sitting at about 89 cents on Steam. It's actually gone up a little bit recently. This thing is pretty interesting. I'd have to check, CS Float to see exactly what the prices are right now, but you've been able to get these things very, very cheap on third-party marketplaces. And again, Fever case is not one that's going to give you a good return in the short term, but I'm not necessarily worried about the short-term returns. I'm worried about accumulating in the short term to make as much profit as I can in the long term. So that's why when Fever case does dip down to whatever, 65, 63 cents. I think I've seen people get as low as them for on third-party marketplaces. I think the Fever case is going to be worth a lot more than 63 cents 3 to 5 years from now. So even though there's opportunity cost in the short term, I don't mind buying some Fever cases, and I have bought a couple hundred of those bad boys. And of course, the Gallery case as well. This one is one of my top investment choices right now because I do think eventually it'll go discontinued. I think we're going to see this thing removed from the Armory sooner rather than later, and when we do, I think the price could absolutely explode. Again, you don't see rare cases under $1. You definitely don't see discontinued cases under $1. So the Gallery case, yes, there is some risk investing in it because we don't know if and when it's going to be removed from the Armory, but I'm placing my bets and placing my money where my mouth is that this thing is going to be removed. So definitely some of my favorite cases to buy right now are the Gallery case, the Snakebite case, Prisma 2, but I think for the most part, you really can't go wrong buying a lot of different cases right now, as long as you're holding for the long term. Again, the short term prices could go anywhere. We could definitely get a price crash on cases and a ton of other items in the CS2 markets, but I'm not focused on the short term. I'm zooming out. I'm trying to get as many cases as I can and trying to hold them for when these prices hopefully will continue to explode. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.